Alright folks, welcome to this exciting video where you once again join us in the middle of the Scottish countryside here, and once again we're joined by the channel historian out here. And this today is an ancient piece of history that we're away to explore. It's an old fort. It's an abandoned fort which at one time was on top of this hill, and the whole top of this hill has been kind of like levelled out, and yeah, so we're going up to see what remains of the history up here. So cool. It's always interesting to explore like all historical periods. Places like this was probably inhabited like 1200 years ago or more, maybe 2000 years ago. Who even knows? These old forts can date back to like prehistory, folks. But yeah, we're heading on up, so I'll update you once we get further up the hill. It's a proper wild, rugged Scottish landscape, folks. And yeah, we're just making our way up through the long grass. Look at this, folks, it's got these massive stones. This one's got a crazy like smooth face on it, so I'm not sure if it was part of like an ancient structure on this hill fort, or maybe it's just literally a coincidence in the bedrock. But we're just pushing up this steep face now. You can imagine if you were trying to attack a settlement like this, like how difficult it would be. There'd be arrows like raining down on you and be near impossible, and that's why they picked such like a poignant bit on the land here. Look at this, folks, on the side of this fort hill here with this magnificent view, we've got this secret cave here which is so cool. The wet grass is so slippy. Check this out, folks. Secret cave. Wow. What a cool spot this is. This is unique as anything. Because look, it's even got like a little hole up there. I bet you people sheltered here over the years in this wee cave, folks. Look at it now. It's a landscape of ferns and whatever else. It keeps on going way back through there. Wow. I mind years ago, Channel DJ noticed this place down at the road, and like you could honestly hardly even see there was a cave, and you did so well to find this place. Like, check it out, folks, it's this old bedrock that you see quite often on the old volcanic seams with the pebbles. It's like rock with pebbles through it. Check that out there. Wow, what a find. And then this view over here, it's like incredible scenes. Like, definitely if you were attacking the fort from this side though, you'd be tired out, because it's just some steep hill up here. It's wild Scottish hill land here though. So look at this, folks, this is the cave. This has made this whole fort explorer worth it. But now we're going to go up on the top of the hill here and look at how they've landscaped the whole area for their fort. There was probably different huts and little wooden buildings at the time. And yeah, it's a very defensive position on top of this hill. It's always cool to keep videoing this new places all the time. Like, you always find new cool stuff hidden in the wilderness, folks. Wow. It's often cool to try and figure out where like the original entrances and stuff were into these places. It might get a bit windy now, we're on the hilltop as well. Wow, the whole view here is just opened up across the valley. Look at this, folks, this whole hill here in front of us is the actual fort. Look at this, folks, all these stones here will have been placed up here. It's similar to what we see at the Carthons near Brechin. And I think it dates back to like 2000 years ago almost, and this place here is the same. Look at this, folks. Wow. I'll go down here out of the wind. Check this out. This is some ancient history here, folks. Look at these stone slabs and stuff. There's a wasp. Check that out, folks. Real history right here once again on the channel, and like history from ancient times. It's so cool to keep on videoing like old bits and pieces for different times in Scottish history, and like it's crazy the stuff that's still here. Like imagine like 2,000 years ago there was people sitting here looking out over this valley, probably waiting for invasion from like who even knows who back then. It's probably before even like Christianity and stuff swept across the nation. Check this out here. This could have been built at a later date by somebody just messing around. Wow. The wind's so strong on this side. You can see here it's like the land's been engineered. See, there's a massive bit being cut out there, and I think they would have shifted all that ground up to here. This looks like the original entrance up here, coming round, because I can see it's like a road round the side, but it looks like it comes up like a V shape, like an S maybe, and then it must weave its way around. And then the original entrance up here, it's like hard to tell, but then I suppose they weren't coming up here in cars and stuff, were they? Look at this, folks. There's actually some more remnants of what must have been buildings from the back in the day, like thousands of years ago. People bringing these stones here and having their little community up here on top of the hill. Some people say these hilltop forts were like sometimes for hunting and that in the summer months, and then they would go to the lower lands in the winter months because it was a lot warmer. But like who knows, because the real history of these places is so old that like you don't know the true story. But what we do know is what we can see here today, and there is remains of what is a massive hilltop fort, and it's like a bit of Scotland's history that nobody's even looking at, and again, hardly anyone knows about this. It's just a fort on a hill, and probably there was some incredible like goings on here back in the day. There could have been important Scottish figures from history up here at times. Like all that history is just lost. Wow. Yeah, considering like all this stones will have been brought up here at one time from the lower lying hills. Maybe also like when the landscaped places around places like this, and they would have had a lot of these stones and stuff lying around to use. So often they would build up like the high walls, maybe even with wooden defences above it. And look at this here. Also in a place like this they may have had like a well for getting their water out of. And like it could be a place like that with the big stones thrown in it. Or it could be anywhere. I could disappear down a hole, folks, right now. Just think, each one of these has been a little house at one time or a little building. And now it's no more than a pile of rubble. It's like even more decayed than most of the things that we normally look at on this channel. But again, one day every house will probably look like this. It's just like a pile of stones in a barren wasteland. But this, I believe, is like an original little house. Wow, this is so cool, folks. Real history. I'm so excited to see this. Check it out. This has been the original little entrance into the house. Wow, this is so cool. Do you think that's been like a little lintel kind of bit for a wee fire or something? Maybe no. It looks like these have been original walls though for a wee, just a little earth house, folks. It's like sometimes the houses were partially in the ground and they had a fire in the middle, and then the roof had a hole for the smoke to go out, and they often just had earth and stuff on the roofs or like straw. And it was proper warm. But yeah, it's just like so cool. You never know what sort of like history you're going to find, and like you never know what's hidden around the corner. And when I came up here I thought it was just like a level hilltop, but yeah, there's so much history to see with all the stones and stuff. It's crazy. Just imagine the people that carried these stones up here way back in the early years of Scottish history, folks. Wow. See, I believe this whole bit of land here has been engineered and dug out. Yeah, because you can see that channel there, how it comes right around. Wow. I might actually go and take a look over the edge of here and see what's doing. I do apologise for the wind, folks. It's part and parcel of being right up here on a hill fort, but I'm going to try and document all the history while I'm here because it's a brand new location on the channel. What a landscape. Look at this, folks. This is the view over the other side of that hill fort. And you can see here how all the land has been like built up at the main town area in the little hilltop village kind of. But hey, look at this though. It's been like trenches dug deep there. And like the stones kind of go right around the outside. It's like there's been like a moat almost, but it won't have been a moat. See how deep that is there? I wonder if that was the sort of area that they got their water. Or maybe they had an area where they had a shite house. Anyway, look at this, folks, like wow. The landscape in Scotland's so wild, and from an area like this you can see, like back when this fort was in its prime, none of these fields were probably here. It was probably all wild hilltop. Wow. See, this is how this hill would have probably looked, and the whole bit we've just been at has been like engineered and landscaped. It's so cool, folks. This bit's been dug out the whole way around here. They probably actually drained the hill as well of like water and stuff to keep it away from their main foundations. And this, folks, I'm back in this valley of ground here, and you can see how much stones have been built up to make this fort. And this whole bit, the original lie of the land was like right around there. And this has been such a crazy fort. But yeah, it's so cool to just capture a new bit of Scottish history on video and like document it, because every year the more grass grows over it and the more of the buildings fall down. So here it is, folks. Look at this, folks. We're at the other side now, out of the wind, because it was a bit extreme at the other end of this place. But you can see here how much, that's the original hill height there. This whole bit's been engineered and dug out, and yeah, we're right up here at the top of this hill. And it's just amazing. It's mind-blowing history to think that far back, all these channels and stuff in the ground was like the latest technology in defending a fort. Yeah. It's like history as well, which is like a lot of countries doesn't have history this old. This is from the ancient barbarians and like clans and stuff of the Glen. Probably looking out, yeah, checking out, like, because they probably would get attacked. Their meat would get taken, their women, and who even knows what else, folks, went on back then. But it was brutal times in Scottish history. And yeah, we've been here to video it today. But I'll end it here. Tune in again soon, folks, for the next episode, which will be coming very soon, I'm sure, on the channel. But I'll end this one here for sure. Goodbye for me, goodbye for the channel DJ, and we'll catch you for the next adventure, which could be anywhere, as you know.